One of my favorite guests of all time, Steve Young, joining us on the program. How you feeling?
Dan, great. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. I saw you in the documentary on the Cowboys.
Yeah, I haven't. I got to watch that. I haven't seen it. Was it good? Was I was
Well,
I
you're
truthful?
always good, but I didn't learn anything from it, and I've been around it too long, so that's probably on me. That I've heard all the stories.
Yeah,
Therefore,
you knew
I don't know. It
everything.
just yes, yes. But if you're young, if you're 30 or younger, then you're probably saying, "Oh, that's when we used to be really good." But
Yeah, it is weird. It's weird that the Cowboys have struggled for so long, yet they're still America's team, and Jerry's done a great job of that, right? He's created this image, and I was talking to Jason Garrett the other day, ironically, about it. Like you go out, you try out for the Cowboys, you make the team, and now you're special, but you're actually not. You got to go earn it. And I've always had to. I always said that the Cowboys should start with no stars on their helmet, and then when they get the 10 wins, put a star on, and then when you get to the playoffs, or you get to the championship, you get another star, and then like because otherwise, it feels like there's something that's special about you, but it's not. You have to go earn it. So it's a weird dynamic with the Cowboys because of what they've done with America's team.
that was your rival when you were with the Niners. Would you consider the Cowboys your
Oh
main
yeah.
rival?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? They were amazing. They were amazing. They were a fantastic team, and beating them was monumental. I mean, that was just, and they were as good as anyone you've ever seen. So that's just a fact.
But who was the person like that? That's the most important person on the Cowboys was who?
I mean, they were loaded, and you always say the quarterback with Troy, but I mean, it was in many ways, they had I don't know, we gave him Charles Haley. I mean, that was a great move, right? 1981, right when things were, right. Let's let's hand you a Hall of Fame defensive end just in time so you can just make our lives miserable. That's awesome. That was the best we've ever made. That was great. But I mean, Emmett was the guy that ran like, you know, Emmett just, that was what they did, right? They played off of Emmett and then throwing the ball, play action, and Michael down I mean, there was just Hall of Famers everywhere, right? That's just the fact.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Johnson, was the architect there with. And back then, it felt like he had more control or more say than Jerry did. But does Jerry know? Because it was what I don't know how many 6 months ago, 8 months ago when you were on our show, and you talked about that the problem is Jerry Jones. That didn't come up in the documentary, did it?
No,
Of
and
course not.
we did talk about it, and it's pretty obvious. So it's not like it's a hot take or anything, because the owner has not empowered anybody else to go in the locker room and threaten to fire anyone. Because if, as a coach, you have to be able to walk in the locker room, and people have to have not fear, but at least the respect that I am going to make this team, and if I'm going to form it in my image, and if you don't do what I ask, or like do it well, or this is a place for elite performers. I'm going to have you're going to go. And when you walk in the locker room and nobody really believes that you have that power, you can't. It's the foot. NFL. It's so intense and so competitive. They lose something there, and I think Jimmy Johnson had it. We all get that. We all recognize that Jerry didn't like it. We've kind of that was. I don't think that's a hot take either, and has never really, in my mind, empowered anybody to come in and really take control of the team and be able to run it, not run it, but able to coach it with authority. And I think that's a big piece. And any coach would tell you that it's a big piece of being able to get a great team together.